She walked in confidently, let her clothes slip off and kissed me hard. Nestled on the edge of a red desert, humans had carved their homes from stone and metal, building farms and solar arrays that stretched across the harsh landscape. Life here was difficult, but humans had adapted. They had survived dust storms, acid rains, and nights so cold that only thick insulated suits could keep them alive. Liam, a young engineer with streaks of red in his dark hair, was checking the power grids near the main settlement. He loved the hum of machines and the satisfaction of seeing something broken become useful again. His hands moved with practiced skill as he tightened a loose connection on a solar converter. Then, something unusual happened. A shimmering light appeared at the edge of the colony, accompanied by a low hum that vibrated through the ground. Liam squinted. At first he thought it might be another supply ship, but the shape moving through the light was different, tall, slim, and graceful, with movements that seemed deliberate, almost confident beyond any human manner. The colony's alarm bells remained silent. Humans were cautious about strangers, especially alien strangers. First contact could go wrong in seconds. Liam ran toward the arrival point, curiosity pushing him faster than fear. The light faded, revealing a woman-like alien standing at the center of the clearing. She had smooth, pale blue skin that shimmered faintly under Earthra's twin suns. Her eyes were golden, large, and intelligent, reflecting an emotion humans could not immediately read. She took a step forward. The humans around the clearing instinctively raised their hands, a universal gesture for caution. But she did not raise her hands in aggression. Instead, she walked confidently, her head held high, her movements deliberate. I don't know what she wants," said Commander Reyes, the colony's leader, voice low but firm. His eyes never left her. The alien stopped several meters away, tilted her head, and spoke. Not in words that humans could hear, but a translator device on her chest activated, projecting clear speech in the colony's common tongue. "I am Elara. I seek help," she said. Her voice was calm, almost melodic. The humans exchanged uncertain glances. First contact was never simple, but something in her tone suggested honesty. Liam noticed that her ship, a small craft unlike any human design, had scorch marks along its hull. It looked damaged, perhaps critically. Commander Reyes stepped forward. "Help? What kind of help?" Elara's golden eyes scanned the colony. "I need someone with ingenuity. Someone who can repair what is broken and survive challenges that test courage and mind alike." Her gaze landed on Liam, not with hostility but with a quiet recognition. It made him shiver. Somehow she had seen something in him. Liam swallowed hard. He had never been chosen for anything this important, and yet here he was. I can try," he said, his voice steadier than he felt. The alien nodded once approvingly. "Good. Time is limited." The humans quickly escorted her into the colony's main hub. While she moved with smooth, deliberate grace, the colonists whispered to each other. Some were afraid. Some were fascinated. Liam could feel the tension, but also excitement. This was history in the making. Humans rarely met extraterrestrial beings who were not hostile, and here was one asking for help. Over the next hour, Elara explained the situation. Her species had been exploring the galaxy for centuries, monitoring planets for resources and intelligence. She had come to Earthra because her mission had failed. The ship that carried a critical artifact had crashed. If the artifact was not retrieved, it could destabilize Earthra's thin atmosphere, causing a catastrophe for both humans and the planet's delicate ecosystem. "And you need us?" Commander Reyes asked skeptically. "Yes," Elara said simply. "You are resilient, your species adapts. You will face challenges differently than my kind. That difference is valuable." Liam's heart raced. Humans, small, fragile compared to most alien species, were being chosen for their courage and ingenuity. For once, humanity's weaknesses were their strengths. That evening, the colony prepared for the journey to the ruins where the artifact had crashed. The ruins were old, remnants of a civilization long gone, covered in desert sands and mechanical traps that no human had dared approach. Liam worked late into the night, modifying old drones to help navigate the ruins. He rewired sensors, reinforced hulls, and programmed the machines to follow commands that no alien could easily understand. Elara observed quietly, stepping into the shadows. "You think differently," she said softly. Her voice startled him, but he managed a small smile. "I guess humans, we make do with what we have," Liam replied. She tilted her head almost as if she were studying him not for threat but for insight. "Yes, that is admirable and rare." Morning came, painting the desert in shades of orange and crimson. The colony gathered at the edge of the ruins. Elara's ship had been partially repaired, enough for her to travel safely with the humans accompanying her. Liam felt a mixture of fear and exhilaration. The desert was unforgiving, the ruins were uncharted, and yet they were about to embark on a mission that would test everything they knew about themselves. "Stay alert," Elara said as she stepped onto the desert sands. "The ruins are old, but the defenses remain. Your ingenuity will be tested. Your courage will be challenged." Liam took a deep breath, gripping the controls of a drone in his hands. He looked at the alien woman standing confidently in front of him, her golden eyes reflecting determination. Somehow he knew that whatever happened next, humanity would play a role no one had anticipated. The first steps into the ruins were cautious. The air was dry, the sand shifting beneath their boots. Strange mechanical structures jutted out from the ground, pillars covered in alien inscriptions, devices with blinking lights and unidentifiable mechanisms. "Careful," Elara warned. "These devices can be triggered by motion, sound, even thought patterns." The humans moved slowly, Liam's drone scanning ahead. They discovered small traps, pressure plates, laser barriers, automated defenses. But humans adapted. Liam modified the drones to disable mechanisms, and the team learned to move in ways that confused the ancient machines. "This is incredible," Liam whispered. He looked at Elara. "None of this we would have even imagined." She smiled faintly, a rare expression for her kind. "Your creativity, it is why I sought you." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the ruins, the humans realized something extraordinary. Their courage and ingenuity had earned respect from an alien who had never trusted any species so easily. That night, around a small fire, Liam stared at the stars. He thought about the day's events, about the alien woman who had entered boldly and changed everything with her presence. He understood something fundamental. Humans, despite their fragility, had a spark that could influence the galaxy in ways no one had expected. And tomorrow, the real challenge would begin. The sun rose over the red desert of Erythra 7, painting the sky in orange and gold. Liam tightened the straps on his utility belt and checked his drones one last time. Their small machines hummed, lights flickering as they scanned the terrain ahead. The ruins loomed in the distance, jagged and alien, half buried in the sands of time. Elara moved gracefully in front of the human team. Her presence was commanding, yet there was a calmness in her stride. The humans felt both awed and reassured. She did not need to raise her voice. Her confidence alone guided them. "The artifact is deeper inside," Elara said, her golden eyes scanning the ruins. "Automated defenses will be triggered by movement, sound, and even vibrations. Stay alert." Liam nodded. His fingers itched to operate the drones, to see what tricks the ancient machines might throw at them. The ruins were a puzzle, mechanical, mathematical, and deadly. Humans had adaptability that no alien machine could predict, and he intended to use it. Their first encounter with danger came quickly. A wide corridor opened before them, filled with low-hanging beams and glowing sensors. The machines had been designed to repel intruders centuries ago, but they were still active. A single misstep could set off a cascade of defenses. "Liam, can your drones map the corridor?" Elara asked. "Already on it," he replied. He sent 2 drones gliding forward. The drones emitted soft hums, scanning the beams, the floor, and the walls. Moments later, holographic images appeared on his visor, showing safe paths and potential hazards. "Perfect," Elara murmured, her eyes glinting. "Your species thinks in ways my kind rarely do. Predicting these patterns is impressive." The humans moved carefully, stepping only where the drones indicated it was safe. One of the sensors blinked red, and a trap door opened suddenly, revealing spikes below. Elara tilted her head, clearly impressed. "Well done," she said, her voice soft but firm. "This would have been lethal to my kind, yet you avoided it without hesitation." The team pressed onward, deeper into the ruins. The air grew cooler, and a faint hum of ancient machinery filled the corridors. Strange symbols etched into walls and pillars glowed faintly when touched by light. Elara paused to study them. "These symbols are protective codes," she explained. "They prevent unauthorized access. You humans are the first to bypass them using instinct and improvisation rather than technology alone." Liam felt a swell of pride. Humans had often been underestimated in the galaxy, fragile, unpredictable, and slow compared to other species. Yet here they were, navigating ancient alien traps with skill and courage. Hours passed. The team faced numerous challenges: moving platforms that shifted unexpectedly, laser grids that required precise timing, and pressure plates that triggered deadly mechanisms. Each time, humans improvised. Liam rewired drones mid-flight to disable traps. Engineers like Marla used spare parts to jam sensors, and even the youngest human, 12-year-old Tori, found ways to mislead the machines with clever decoys. Elara watched quietly, occasionally commenting, "Your ingenuity is rare. Even my species rarely adapts so quickly to unknown challenges." At one point, the group entered a large chamber filled with floating orbs that emitted pulsing energy. The orbs hovered in seemingly random patterns, but Liam noticed subtle repetitions in their movement. "They're not random," he said aloud. "They follow a cycle. If we move with the timing, we can get through safely." Elara's eyes widened slightly. "You perceive patterns." "My sensors would take hours to calculate this. You humans are remarkable." Using precise timing, the humans darted between the orbs, their shadows stretching and shrinking across the glowing walls. Liam felt his heart pounding, exhilarated. When they reached the other side, the aliens' ancient machines had done nothing but observe. The humans had outsmarted them, not with superior technology, but with cleverness, courage, and adaptability. By mid-afternoon, they reached the edge of a massive underground canyon, the ruins, final chamber visible far below. The artifact lay at the center, surrounded by a series of energy barriers and complex machinery. Liam scanned it with his drone. "It's a stabilization device," Elara explained. "If activated incorrectly, it could destabilize the atmosphere, causing catastrophic storms across Earthra. You must proceed carefully." "Or if we fail," Liam said quietly, "we'll make a lot of history for all the wrong reasons." The team laughed nervously, tension easing for a moment. Even in the face of danger, humans found a way to bond, to share courage and hope. Elara watched them, her expression unreadable but tinged with respect. The descent to the artifact was the most dangerous part. Moving platforms shifted unpredictably, energy barriers pulsed, and old alien defense drones patrolled the chamber. Liam worked with Marla and Tori to disable or reroute the defenses. They rewired the drones, created makeshift shields, and even used sand from the canyon floor to short-circuit a few of the patrolling drones temporarily. Elara followed closely, her golden eyes watching, occasionally stepping forward to offer guidance. She did not take control. She allowed humans to lead, to make choices, to show the courage and creativity that her species respected. Finally, they reached the artifact. It floated above a pedestal, a sphere of shimmering metal and energy. Elara approached carefully, scanning it. "This device is more advanced than I thought," she said. "It requires precise input. Misalignment by even a fraction could trigger catastrophic failure." Liam stepped forward. "We'll need to work together. Humans handle improvisation, you handle calculation and knowledge." Elara nodded. She handed Liam a small interface device. "You may lead the activation. I will provide guidance." The humans and Elara worked together, adjusting levers, pressing controls, and watching holographic readouts. Every step required careful observation, intuition, and courage. One wrong move could set off a chain reaction. As the sun set above the ruins, the artifact began to hum softly, energy stabilizing around it. Liam held his breath as he made the final adjustment. Lights pulsed, then faded into steady brilliance. The artifact was activated safely. Elara stepped back, her golden eyes shining. "You have done it. Your species is capable of brilliance, courage, and adaptability, rare qualities in the galaxy. You have earned my respect." Liam felt a swell of pride. Humans, fragile, underestimated, had succeeded where an entire alien civilization might have struggled. They had used ingenuity, teamwork, and courage to navigate deadly traps, ancient machines, and unknown dangers. Suddenly, a rumble echoed through the chamber. The rival alien faction that Elara had feared had tracked them. Drones of another species appeared, patrolling the chamber aggressively, trying to seize the artifact. The humans and Elara had no choice but to prepare for confrontation. Liam felt his hands tighten on his controls. This was no longer just a mission, it was survival. But even in the face of overwhelming odds, he felt confident. Humans had faced death, harsh planets, and impossible odds before. And this time they were not alone. They had an ally who respected their abilities, and together they might just overcome the threat. As the rival drones advanced, Elara turned to the humans. "We face them together. Your ingenuity, courage, and teamwork will determine the outcome." Liam looked at the team, Marla, Tori, the other engineers, and nodded. "We can do this. Humans don't give up." For the first time, the humans felt not just fear or excitement, but purpose. They were not just surviving, they were proving themselves to the galaxy. Their actions, their choices, their courage would leave a mark on a world far bigger than their own. And as the alien drones advanced, Liam realized something profound. Human ingenuity and bravery were more than survival skills. They were a force that could shape the fate of entire worlds. The battle for the artifact, and for humanity's place in the galaxy, was only beginning. The chamber trembled as the rival alien drones advanced. Their shapes were sleek, dark, and menacing, their movements precise and lethal. Liam tightened his grip on the control panel, eyes scanning every holographic display his drones provided. Every second counted. "This isn't going to be easy," he muttered, more to himself than anyone else. Elara's voice cut through the tension. "No, but it is possible. Humans, your ingenuity is the key." The humans had learned quickly to anticipate the ruins' defenses, but these drones were different. Designed for combat rather than surveillance, they moved faster and struck harder. The humans had to adapt on the spot, using every trick they had learned so far. Liam's drones zipped forward, their small metallic bodies dodging energy blasts and ramming into the alien attackers. "Marla, cover the left flank. Tori, get the sensor array online." Marla, a tall engineer with sharp eyes, sprang into action. She grabbed spare parts, twisting and adjusting devices to create makeshift shields that reflected some of the energy blasts. Tori, barely a teenager, worked with precision, manipulating the sensor array to confuse the drone's targeting systems. Even Elara joined the effort. She moved gracefully, her hands glowing with energy as she temporarily disabled drones with pulses that stopped their circuits. Humans watched, impressed, but they quickly realized she relied on their initiative more than her own power. This is insane, Liam thought, adrenaline pumping. But we can do this. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. The humans improvised constantly, sending drones to distract, jamming energy circuits, rerouting power to activate the ancient ruins' defenses against the enemy. Liam realized something incredible. The ruins themselves had become allies. Machines designed centuries ago now moved under human guidance, creating traps that the alien drones could not anticipate. Elara's golden eyes widened slightly. You are more resourceful than I imagined. The galaxy has underestimated your kind for too long. Finally, they reached the artifact chamber's inner circle, the central pedestal glowing with faint energy. The rival drones swarmed, but the humans had set up a series of clever traps. One by one, the enemy drones were immobilized or destroyed, not by brute force but by human cunning and quick thinking. Liam wiped sweat from his brow. We're holding them off, for now. But then, a larger drone appeared. Towering over the others with pulsating red energy lines, it moved with intelligence. This was the commander drone, the one controlling the others. If it succeeded, everything they had done would fail. Elara stepped forward. This one is dangerous. Focus. You must use strategy, not force. Liam looked around. They were outmatched in raw power, but humans were clever. Using the ruins' terrain, he directed drones to lure the commander drone into a trap. Ancient energy conduits hummed, waiting to be triggered. He signaled Marla and Tori, and together they manipulated the environment. The commander drone advanced, but it was predictable. Liam's team anticipated every move, using human intuition to outsmart a machine that calculated millions of possibilities per second. The artifact glowed brighter, reacting to the humans' careful adjustments. Finally, with a combination of drone maneuvers, clever traps, and precise timing, the commander drone stumbled into the energy conduit. Sparks flew, circuits fried, and the giant machine collapsed. The remaining drones powered down, leaving the humans victorious. The chamber fell silent. Liam's chest heaved as he tried to calm his racing heart. Elara approached, her expression one of awe. "You humans," she began, her voice soft but resonant. "Your species is extraordinary. Courage, adaptability, intuition, qualities we rarely see combined in any single species. You have proven yourselves." Liam felt a mixture of pride and disbelief. We just did what we had to do." "No," Elara replied. "You did more than survive. You succeeded where others would have failed. You have shown me and the galaxy what humans are capable of." She gestured to the artifact. "This device, it is now stable, but there is more you must know. My species has been observing humanity for centuries. We have debated whether to contact you, fearing your fragility. Today, you have answered every doubt. You are capable of brilliance, creativity, and courage." Liam glanced at his team. Marla, Tori, and the other humans were exhausted, but their faces shone with the same pride he felt. They had faced impossible odds, survived, and proven their worth. Elara continued, "This artifact is not just a machine. It is part of a network that stabilizes planets across our galaxy. Its misuse can destroy worlds or save them. I sought humans because your species can think differently than we do. You combine courage and ingenuity in ways no other species does." The humans were silent, absorbing the enormity of her words. They had never considered themselves extraordinary, but Elara's recognition was proof they had something unique. "Liam," she said, turning to him, "you will be remembered in your species' history. Your leadership, quick thinking, and bravery will inspire not only humans but countless others across the stars." Liam felt a warm surge of pride. He looked at his teammates, exhausted but triumphant. Humans, small, fragile, often underestimated, had shaped the outcome of an event that could affect an entire planet. But Elara's words were not finished. There is a galaxy-wide alliance. Many species will join. Humans are invited not as guests but as equals. You have proven that you belong. The room erupted in quiet astonishment. Humans, often considered minor players, were now recognized as vital contributors to interstellar civilization. Liam felt a mix of excitement and responsibility. Humanity's future had just expanded far beyond what any of them had imagined. Tomorrow, Elara continued, we will prepare for the next stage. Your courage will be tested again, in ways even you cannot imagine. But know this, the galaxy will watch and your species has earned respect. Never forget what you are capable of. Liam looked around at the ruins, at his exhausted but determined team. He realized something profound. Their ingenuity, teamwork, and courage were not just tools. They were the defining qualities of humanity itself. As night fell over Earth 7, the humans gathered around a small fire in the ruins' central chamber. Stars twinkled above, distant suns reflecting possibilities they had never considered. The humans were small, fragile, and often underestimated, but tonight they felt invincible in spirit. Marla leaned back, exhausted but smiling. We actually did it. We beat them. Tori nodded, eyes wide. I can't believe it. We actually humans did this, Liam smiled. We didn't just survive, we showed what humans are capable of, and the galaxy it's finally going to notice. Elara stepped closer, her presence calm and powerful. Your species has potential that even we did not predict. Never forget this lesson. Courage, ingenuity, and adaptability, these are your greatest strengths. Use them wisely. For the first time, humans felt truly recognized, not just by one alien species, but by the galaxy itself. They had faced impossible odds, navigated deadly traps, defeated advanced enemy drones, and stabilized a device that could affect worlds. And in that moment, Liam realized that humanity's story was just beginning, and they were capable of shaping the future of the galaxy. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. But tonight, humans rested knowing that they had proven themselves extraordinary, not because of strength or technology, but because of courage, creativity, and the unbreakable human spirit. The ruins were silent. The artifact pulsed softly, stabilized. Elara looked at the humans once more, golden eyes gleaming. You have done the impossible. Remember this, humans. The galaxy is watching and you have earned your place among the stars. And as the humans looked up at the alien sky, they felt it. For the first time, they were more than just survivors. They were pioneers, heroes, and the hope of their species in a universe that had underestimated them for far too long. The morning sun rose over the red sands of Earth 7, casting long shadows across the ancient ruins. The humans stirred, exhausted but alert. Their victory the night before had proven something extraordinary, that even the smallest species could change the fate of worlds. Liam stretched, rubbing his tired arms, and looked at his team. Marla adjusted her tools, her eyes scanning the horizon for any signs of danger. Tori, still wide-eyed with excitement, held her small drone close as though it were a protective talisman. Every member of the human team felt the weight of their achievement and the responsibility that came with it. Elara appeared, stepping lightly across the ruins. Her golden eyes reflected both pride and anticipation. Today, we secure the artifact and prepare for the next step. The galaxy will take notice of your species, and your choices will shape what comes next. The humans nodded. They were ready, not just to survive, but to excel. Their courage and ingenuity had carried them this far, and now they would prove that it could carry them even further. The team descended carefully into the inner chamber where the artifact floated above the pedestal, its glow soft but steady. Liam's fingers moved over his drone controls, scanning the surrounding area. Though the rival drones were gone, the ruins were unpredictable. Ancient mechanisms could still activate without warning. Stay focused, Elara said. Even now the ruins will test you. As they approached the artifact, Liam noticed subtle pulses in the energy fields surrounding it. They were patterns repeating in a sequence, but not random. He realized that the artifact itself was communicating, waiting for the proper combination of inputs to fully activate and stabilize the planet. "Look at this," he said to Marla. "It's like it's alive, or at least aware of our actions." Marla nodded. "Then we need to be precise. One mistake and it could destabilize Earthra's atmosphere." Elara stepped forward. "Humans, you must use intuition and creativity. The sequence requires more than calculation. It requires understanding, observation, and courage." Liam glanced at the team. This was their moment. Their species had been underestimated for centuries, dismissed as weak, fragile, and unremarkable. Now they had the chance to prove humanity's true value. They began the process of activating the artifact. Liam guided the drones to manipulate the energy conduits, while Marla adjusted the stabilizers on the pedestal. Tori monitored sensor feedback, giving instructions to prevent overloads. Even the youngest members of the human team contributed, improvising solutions for unexpected problems. Elara watched quietly, allowing the humans to take the lead. "Your species adapts faster than most. My kind would rely on brute precision, but humans think differently. That is your strength." Hours passed, and the artifact began to respond. Pulses of light moved through the room in harmony with the humans' adjustments. Energy stabilized, and the once dangerous fields now glowed softly, indicating the device's safe activation. Liam stepped back, wiping sweat from his brow. "It's working. We did it." Elara's golden eyes gleamed. "Indeed, you have done more than survive. You have succeeded where others would fail. Your courage, ingenuity, and teamwork have stabilized a device that could affect an entire planet." Suddenly, the ruins trembled again. But this time it was not a threat, it was a signal. The artifact's stabilization emitted a pulse across the planet and into orbit, alerting other species and sending a message of humanity's presence and capability. Liam looked at the sky as the pulse radiated outward. He felt a sense of awe. Humans, often dismissed as insignificant, had just made themselves known across the stars. Elara turned to the team. "You have proven yourselves, and now it is time to consider the galaxy's offer." The humans listened intently. Elara explained that the stabilization device was part of a network managed by a council of advanced species. Each species contributed to maintaining planets and resources, ensuring life could flourish across the galaxy. Humanity, now recognized as resourceful, courageous, and adaptive, had been offered membership in this interstellar alliance. "We will teach you, guide you, and provide technology," Elara said, "but your contributions will be uniquely human. Creativity, courage, intuition. These are qualities no other species can replicate. You have earned the right to shape your destiny among the stars." Liam's heart swelled. He glanced at Marla and Tori and then at the other humans. Their species had been underestimated for too long. Now, they had a place where they mattered, not as subordinates or observers, but as equals. The team spent the rest of the day stabilizing the artifact completely, ensuring no residual energy could harm Earthra. Each step required careful observation and ingenuity, reinforcing the message that humans could think in ways no other species could anticipate. As the sun began to set, Elara prepared to depart. Her ship, fully repaired and ready, gleamed under the twin suns. Liam approached her, feeling a mixture of pride and gratitude. "Thank you," he said, "not just for your help but for believing we could do this." Elara smiled faintly. "It was your courage that proved it. I only guided you. Humans, you are exceptional. Remember this and never doubt your value." Before stepping aboard her ship, she turned to the team one last time. "The galaxy is vast, full of dangers and opportunities. You have shown that humanity can survive, adapt, and thrive. Carry that knowledge with pride. The stars are yours to explore. The humans watched as her ship lifted into the sky, leaving a trail of shimmering energy. Liam felt a surge of determination. Their species had been underestimated, dismissed, and overlooked. But now humanity had earned respect, recognition, and a place among the stars. That night, around a small fire in the ruins, the humans celebrated quietly. They shared stories, laughed softly, and reflected on their journey. Liam looked up at the alien sky, dotted with distant suns and planets, and realized something profound. Humanity's future was no longer confined to a single planet. They had the potential to shape entire galaxies. Marla spoke, her voice calm but excited. "We did it. We actually did it. Humans were more than anyone imagined." Tori nodded eagerly. "And this is just the beginning. Imagine what else we can do." Liam smiled, thinking about the journey ahead. Humans were fragile, yes, but they were clever, adaptable, and brave. They had faced impossible odds, navigated deadly traps, defeated rival alien drones, and stabilized a device that could affect worlds. And now, the galaxy knew their worth. As night fell, Liam felt a sense of hope and pride unlike anything he had experienced before. They had proven that humanity was capable of greatness, not just on Earth 7, but across the stars. Their ingenuity, courage, and spirit had earned them a place among civilizations far beyond Earth. Elara's words echoed in his mind. "The galaxy is vast. You have shown that humans can survive, adapt, and thrive. Carry that knowledge with pride." And Liam knew they would. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were pioneers, heroes, and a force that would shape the fate of countless worlds. As the firelight flickered on the ruins' walls, the humans gazed at the stars. Their journey was far from over, but for the first time, they understood something extraordinary. Humanity's place in the universe was not defined by fragility, but by courage, ingenuity, and the unbreakable human spirit. And the galaxy, vast and full of mysteries, would never underestimate them again.